Hi everyone, welcome to the Oak Grove Garden. It's a lovely day, but it is winter, so there's not so much going on in the garden this time of year in terms of growing. So what we do is we use this time of year to just get on top of some of those jobs that we won't have time for in the spring when things do get a bit busier and things start growing. So what I'm going to show you today is how to weed and mulch. Right, come down here, I'll show you what we're doing. So down here you can see that we've got mainly grass starting to grow through, which we don't want in this area of the garden. And plants that we don't want growing have a special name. Do you know what it is? It sounds like seeds, but it starts with a W. That's right, weeds. So this grass and these plants over here, we need to take those out of the ground. So we're going to do some weeding. I've brought some tools with me. First of all, a basket, just to put the weeds in when I've taken them out of the ground. Right, I've also got a couple of weeding tools with me. Does anyone know what this is? You'll have seen this before. This is a tool, the name for it sounds like owl, but it starts with tr. Yeah, that's right, trowel. So I'm going to use a trowel, and also I've got here, looks a bit like something you eat your dinner with, doesn't it? But it's a bit big for that, but it does fit in my hand. So there's a clue there, hand, yeah, handful. So that can be good for digging down if we need to. Now, okay, with the grass I should be able to just pull it up using my hand. So I'll grab hold of it, pull nice and slowly, and there it is. Now the reason I'm pulling it slowly is that I want this part of the plant to come with it. I don't want to leave that in the ground. Does anyone know why that is? Well, these white bits, I don't know if you can see that, are called roots, and that's what the plant uses to get water and nutrients from the ground, which helps it grow. We don't want it to grow, so we want to take the roots with us. So shake off the soil, and then that can go in my basket. Right, let's try that again. So grab a handful of grass, pull nice and slowly, shake off the soil, and there it is. I've managed to get my roots. So that can go in my basket with the others. One more bit of grass, same thing again, nice and slowly, shake off the soil and into the basket. When this is full, or when I've finished weeding an area, do you know where this goes? Yeah, it goes in the green bins. Okay, over here we've got another weed. This one's a bit harder to get out of the ground, so I'm going to use my trowel or my hand fork to help me. So let's brush away any debris, I call that, old leaves and bits of bark from around the weed. I'm still going to get hold of it in my hand like I did with the grass, but this time I'm going to use my trowel just to dig gently next to the weed and just lever it up a little bit. Can you see what I'm doing there? Just levering it up, and that helps me get the weed with the roots on the end as well. Little shake to get the soil off, because we want to keep the soil. I can use my hand just to help me with that. Little shake, and look at all those roots there that I've managed to get. That can go in the basket with the grass. Okay, we've got some more weeds down here. This time I'm going to use the hand fork. just to help it out of the ground. So again, grab a handful, put your handful next to the weed, dig down, and then again, can you see what I'm doing here? I'm just levering, just pushing down on that handle, and that's going to help me pull the weed up. Look, I get my roots with it. There it is. What do we do before we put it in the basket? Yeah, we shake the soil off. Just use my hand to help the soil off there. And there are those roots. And that can go in the basket now. Right, one more try. This time I'm going to use the trowel. There it is, quite small roots on that. Or, as I say, with grass and a lot of weeds, you can just pull them up with your hand like that, as long as you take the roots with you. And that's all there is to it. Hi again. I've been weeding for a while now, so I've almost finished weeding this area. I'm just going to finish off a few bits and pieces. Some more grass. I can pull that out just using my hand. It comes out quite easily. Remember to shake the soil up. There we are. I think that area is finished now. You can see I've got plenty of weeds and grass in my basket. I've already been to the green bin once already, so I'll put that in afterwards. So we're going to think about what we do next in the garden when we finish weeding. Now, Oak Grove, we use a lot of this stuff here. This is called wood chip. You can see there's like little bits of wood in there, all chipped up into small pieces. And we use that for putting down on an area we've weeded and that we want to keep free of grass and weeds, because in this area we do a lot of growing, so we want to be moving around this area and not have to worry about weeds or about the ground getting too muddy. So this wood chip's good for both those things. Okay, so over here in my wheelbarrow I've got a couple of tools that are going to help me. This is usually for digging, isn't it? You know the name of this? Sounds like jade. It starts with a sp. Yep, that's it, it's a spade. So I'm going to use that to get my wood chip out of my wheelbarrow. And also this. I'm sure you've all seen this in the garden before, one of these. You know the name for it? Sounds like snake. Starts with a R. That's it, it's a rake. There are different sorts of rake. I call this a garden rake. And that's going to be useful for moving my wood chip around, spreading it out. So, into the wheelbarrow, nice big spade full of wood chip. I can just spread that out like that. And as I say, that's going to do two things. Can you remember what they are? It's going to stop the weeds and grass growing back up, and it's going to keep the ground from getting too muddy. So there's two ways I can do this. I can carry on like this, just sprinkling it with my spade, or if I maybe had a bigger area to mulch, I could just tip it out of my wheelbarrow, a little shake there to get all the bits out of the bottom, and then use my rake to spread it out nice and evenly. There we are, and that's called mulching. So those are the basics of weeding and mulching in the garden. Thanks for listening. If you've got a garden at home or some outdoor space, maybe you can find some time to practice doing that. Until we see you again.